I was once told that if you throw a carrot in the garbage and it is taken to a landfill, in 5 years you could find that carrot, cut into it, and it would likely still be orange on the inside. In disbelief, I did some research of my own and began a journey into the science of landfills, and learned that such a phenomena is a truth. This is no mistake. In fact, it's a result of the way landfills are designed to reduce and prevent biodegradation. They are designed this way because the amount of waste we create when it does biodegrade releases massive amounts of greenhouse gases. These gases can be and are extremely damaging. Biodegradation occurs when organic substances are broken down by living microorganisms, such as enzymes and microbes. These microorganisms require things like oxygen, nutrients, as well as proper temperatures and moisture to function and thrive. Landfills are large, compact piles of garbage, which doesn't necessarily make for good microbial living conditions. Because of this, organic matter doesn't biodegrade easily within these environments. However, despite the poor biodegradation conditions of landfills, the sheer scale of our waste output causes biodegradation to become a palpable factor, even when landfills are designed to minimize this factor. As mentioned earlier, according to the EPA, 15% of 2020 methane emissions were caused by MSW, municipal solid waste landfills. There's a conversation to be had about the double-sided nature of our food waste. On one side, the food we throw out contributes massively to the global problem of greenhouse gases, which furthers the contribution that our already harmful food practices have on the atmosphere. On the second side, much of the food waste is exactly that, wasted food. There are two significant facts shared by the World Food Programme that highlight this second point well. First, 1/3 of food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted globally. This amounts to about 1.3 billion tons per year. And second, all the food produced but never eaten would be sufficient to feed 2 billion people. That's more than twice the number of undernourished people across the globe. These statistics vaguely highlight the life-for-profit nature of our greater food systems. While easier said than done, if the food systems were built from the ground up with efforts of feeding the population and alleviating hunger, there would very likely be better allocation of resources and greater efforts to protect and distribute the food we harvest. It's not as if we don't have enough food to feed our populations. The problem lies in a misallocation of the food itself. It's not a food problem, it's a distribution problem. According to the same source from above, the World Food Programme, over 40% of the food wasted in developed countries comes from the retail and consumer levels. This means that products are wasted either when they're travelling to and sitting on shelves, or after they've been purchased already and are frivolously unused and discarded. Whether products are not purchased and make their way to the garbage, or because consumers' eyes are larger than their stomachs and they bite off more than they can chew, the wasted food makes its way to the garbage and goes unutilized and wasted. Being one of the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals, reducing food waste is a major problem on many fronts. Solving this problem can not only help feed the hungry of the world, but would also help to reduce the amount of perfectly good food that makes its way to the landfills while releasing dangerous gases into our atmosphere at the scale which it does. Since a large amount of our food supply is based around life-for-profit practices, the food that goes wasted likely came at the expense of an experiencing individual. A cow who's born into a life of agony and despair will die for nothing if their meat goes from processing plant to landfill without its nutrients being consumed. A pound of shrimp that goes wasted will not only mean the shrimp have died in vain, but also the 3 pounds of bycatch which were destroyed in an attempt to catch the shrimp will also have been destroyed in vain. As this wasted food makes its way to the landfill, where it then releases gases that begin to harm our environment, one might see the movement of balancing forces at work. Not only are we wasting the lives of the underfoot individuals we harvest, but our practices also cause fellow humans to go hungry, and in turn these practices cause our environments to turn against us and become less habitable for the human race to survive.